Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with most important events of the day. I'm your host, İlham. The construction of a number of buildings, highways and other infrastructure works have been completed at the Central Park quarter of Baku White City. President İlham viewed the works done here and laid the foundation of the Baku White City Karabakh Horses complex.
The project is implemented as part of comprehensive actions plan on the improvement of ecological situation in the Republic of Azerbaijan for 2006 and 2010. A very beautiful project is commencing in Baku. We will build a city inside the city. This is a very remarkable event for our country and city. The name, the architecture and the structure of the city are beautiful. The creation of the city in Baku has a symbolic meaning because White City is established in the Black City. These views were voiced by President İlham 11 years ago during the groundbreaking ceremony of Baku White City. Today, this mega project is not a plan, but a reality. Number of buildings, roads and other infrastructure facilities in the Central Park quarter of Baku White City have been completed. The completion of roads and underground communication works on the Qarabağ Hatları, 3. Şərq, 6. Park streets and a number of other streets will provide for the convenient movement. Besides the complex, which was commissioned in 2017, the Central Park quarter features 8 and 20-story residential buildings, 36-story 2 residential buildings, 2-story non-residential buildings, commercial and public catering facilities, office and state administrative buildings, middle school, a number of parks and public greenery zone situated along the 6. Park Street. Here, a 12-story office building considered a landmark building of Baku White City will offer working space in compliance with international standards. Taken into account as the main factor the environment and ecology during the construction starting from the design stage, the building started to undergo assessment by BREEAM Environmental Certification Organization. This will be second office building with a BREEAM certification in the White City. Same time, a central park situated behind the business center and surrounded by the tall buildings is designed. The park will feature interesting landscaping and art pieces. The street transitions towards Babek Avenue on the north and the Central Park on the south. The Karabakh Horse Square, situated in the center of the street, was decorated by evergreen trees. The olive trees 100 years of ages have been planted in the streets. In order to provide for the access of the Commission Road to the Babek Avenue, large-scale works have been implemented by a number of public and private entities. As part of completion work, ramps for trolleys, raised pedestrian crossings, protective bollards, and surveillance cameras by the Təhlükəsiz Şəhər Service of the Ministry of Interior were installed. Underground communication of Azərsu, Azərişıq Open Trust Company, Azərigaz Public Union, and IT duct system by a respective company were laid out. In order to provide for the convenience of residents, the cutting-edge infrastructure was set up and green zones were laid out. Overall, more than 2,000 trees and bushes were planted in the quarter. At the center of the newly completed Qarabağ Atları street stands Qarabağ Atları Square, surrounded by 8-story residential building with a modern facade. It is envisaged that there will be cafes, restaurants, and other public catering facilities at the exits of the building leading to the square. In the center of the square, a model of the monument complex made of 7 horses representing Karabakh breed of horses is erected. The complex is dedicated to the bride victory of Azerbaijan in the Second Karabakh War. The renowned American sculptor Robert Summers was involved in the development of this complex. At the same time, the construction of a multifunctional building and green parking lot designed by the U.S. architectural firm was completed in the Babek Avenue. These commercial buildings will be the continuation of commercial facilities developed along the Babek Avenue. It should be noted that Baku White City received different international and local awards as a progressive and modern, environmentally clean urban planning project, was selected as the best future project of the Central and Western Asian nomination in MIPA Major Awards 2011 competition in Hong Kong. Was chosen as the best urban planning project in Cityscape Global in Dubai and a number of other exhibitions. Already thousands of residents live in the Commission quarters, distinguished with their quality and modernity in the White City. The buildings, parks, and other public facilities designed and constructed here contribute to the beautiful architectural outlook of Baku.
Tickets to Shusha, Agdam and Fuzuli for January are up for sale. The sale of tickets for regular bus trips organized by the Overground Transport Agency will start on the 28th of December at 4 p.m. Passengers can buy their tickets online through portal yolumuskarabaga.us. First regular bus trips to the cities of Agdam and Shusha were commissioned on January 24th. The first regular bus trip to Fuzuli was carried out on June 25th. This year, nearly 20,000 people were provided with mobile and stationary social devices. Large-scale social support programs for the families of marchers and war participants were implemented. This was reported during the press conference of the Social Services Agency.
This year, families of martyrs and disabled veterans of the war were provided with 4,300 apartments and 13,100 private houses in total. And in the post-war period, disabled veterans of the war were provided with 324 cars, and in the past period, more than 7,500 cars were given. Besides that,
During 2022, 2,863 people, including families of martyrs, disabled veterans of war, and other people with disabilities, were sent to sanatoriums and treatment centers. 502 of them were family members of martyrs.
7,005 people were provided with mobile social services this year. Currently, the Social Services Agency provides social health services to a total of 4,368 persons, including 3,888 elderly people and 480 people with disabilities. Regarding adoption statistics, a total of 355 children have been adopted since November 1st, 2019. 207 of them fall this year. At the same time, work is underway in the direction of the formation of the foster family institution. In addition, 252 people who lost both parents and grew up in orphanages were provided with housing.
This year, a total of 66 citizens of Azerbaijan were repatriated from Iraq and Syria, and 64 of them were accommodated in social service institutions.
Within the framework of social projects, 2,500 disabled people under the age of 18 were served in social rehabilitation centers covering 25 districts and cities, and 1,350 people were served in daycare centers.
Asan Hidmet and DOST centers aimed at providing services by state bodies in a unified and systematic manner are being established in Nakhchivan.
The activities of the Asan Hidmet and DOST centers create an opportunity to move to a qualitatively new stage in relations between an official and a citizen.
We will witness the commissioning of Asan Khidmat in order to improve the quality of services provided to the population. Those centers will also be put into operation. All this will contribute to the provision of services to the population of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic at a qualitatively new level.
Currently, the work at the Asan Khidmat Center is close to completion. The construction of the DOST Center is also ongoing. At the first stage, it is envisaged that the Asan Khidmat Center will provide employment to about 200 people. About 300 types of services will be provided to citizens here. The center will accommodate representatives of government agencies. The reforms carried out in Nakhchivan are aimed at providing citizens with a high level of services. This is the next step of the Asan and DOST centers towards this goal.
That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.